Hey everybody, welcome to Pagan Perspective. My name is Angel and I am your Wednesday sub-week's host for the end of the month. Sorry, I dropped my phone and I was like ready to, and I totally just threw myself off. Okay, so this question is from Tygo, which I might have said that wrong, I apologize. Incense and other favorites. And it says, I'm a Wiccan from Brazil. Since paganism is not very widespread around here, watching your videos and listening to you guys speak, speaking helps me to not feel all alone in my path and understand other ways of seeing witchcraft. For this reason, I am very grateful to you all who collab on the channel. Thank you, and I totally understand how you feel because I've lived different places where I could not find any pagans to save my life, and I felt very, very alone. And YouTube really was a lifesaver, so I completely feel you. So now that I've introduced myself, I'd like to start slow by asking about incense. What do you think about it? How often do you use it in your practice? And which ones do you like to use on a daily basis? I might also go over some candles and other things that I use in my spell work and devotionals. Okay, so incense. Everybody loves incense. I burn incense all the time, not just in spell work, but I also think of my home as a sanctuary, my spiritual sanctuary, a temple. I have lots of different things around my home that are very magical to me. I have statues and pictures and talisman and witch bottles and all, wind chimes and bells and everything you can think of. Symbols and things like that. So my house to me is a sanctuary or a temple or sanctuary temple. And so when I burn incense, it's really to do a few things. One of them is when I come home, I burn incense to kind of clear out any negativity in myself that I might have brought home from work. I got kind of a stressful job and I love it, but it's stressful, so sometimes I might bring that negativity home and I don't want to do that. Or if I'm just running errands, I do live in New England and people here drive with a special kind of talent and sometimes I come home very frustrated, so I try to kind of alleviate all of that energy. The other thing is when I burn incense in my temple sanctuary, it's also to create an energy or space for any deity energy or spirit or whatever with pure intent, good intent to be welcome in my home. So it's kind of a twofold thing. During ritual, I always burn incense because it gets me in that mind space. And also burn candles. The light of the candle gets me in a mind space. So I've pulled some of I have lots of different incense I try and I don't always like, but I still keep it in case I want to burn it outside or something like that. But I picked my top favorites, and I'm going to go from least favorite, which sounds like I don't like it, but I do. It's sort of my last go-to, and then I'll go up the list. Okay, so the first one is called the Moon, and it just says from Hem, H-E-M, Hem Corporation. They're in Mumbai and Bangalore. They're in India. But you can find these incenses. They're usually near the Nag Champa. They're usually near that in headshots, shops or metaphysical shops that carry a lot of different incenses. And it's usually in there. It's called Moon. It's kind of a, I don't know, it's perfumey, but it's nice. Anyways, this little thing's like $1, and I think it has 20 sticks in it or something like that. Okay, and the next one is this one, Bergamot. I love bergamot. It smells so clean and fresh. I really like to use this one. This one is from Herb and Earth. Nippon Kodo. It's from Japan. I did not buy it there. I'm not really sure where I bought it. That's why I'm not using very much of it, because I like it and I don't want to use it all up. So you probably could find it on Amazon. You can find everything on there. But bergamot. It's a very good smell. I really like that one. Okay, this one is called Triloka, I think it's called. It's a herbal incense. And I got these from Whole Foods. You can also get them off Amazon. This one is sandalwood. Really, really like the smell of sandalwood. These are made in India. It says Virginia. Made in India. Trading companies in Virginia. Anyways. And then amber. Anything with amber in it. I love the smell of amber. I make amber oil for anointing. I love amber. So amber is another one. These are my very, very, very favorite. This company, I bought this incense in California, in Old Sacramento, when I lived in California, and from a little shop called Ology that has beautiful crystals. It has geodes and everything. It's a beautiful. It's got so many amazing things. Anyways, I bought this here, and I've not been able to find it in any place I've ever lived. Washington State, I scoured Mississippi, Louisiana, scoured even New Orleans, and Massachusetts, and I've not been able to find it. But it's called Mystic Temple Incense. It's from Mystic Temple Incense, or it's www.matchlessgifts.com if you want to purchase it on there, which I have to because they can't find it around here, and it's not on Amazon. Because I looked. This one right here is called Patchouli Leaves Root Chakra. Now this is a sweeter patchouli. This is not your normal earthy, old hippie kind of patchouli oil. It's very sweet. This one is sweet, but this one is very sweet. And this one's called Primeval Forest Blend. This is my all-time favorite incense. I burn all the time. My brother in California asked me what I want for my birthday or anything, I say packs of this. Just send me this. I'll be happy. But I had to buy some more myself recently, and I could not find it anywhere, so I had to buy it online. But this stuff smells so good. I love it. It's my very, very favorite. And again, this one is just patchouli, and from matchlessgifts.com. This company's out of Laguna Niguel, California. Anyway, but it says made in India, packaged in the USA. But yeah, this is really my favorite, one of my favorites. I like Nag Champa too occasionally, but I don't have any. So, but it would probably be above moon going up. So incense I burn all the time. I love it. Except in the wintertime, I usually burn candles because I do live in New England and it gets frigid cold. So all winter long, I generally burn pumpkin or apple. Mostly pumpkin. Pumpkin, I love the smell of it. It makes me happy. It gets me right in a happy space. So that's what I will burn in the wintertime. Obviously, I don't burn incense in the house during the wintertime because the house is closed up. Also, I will make my own loose incense, and I make it out of dried herbs, resins, oils. I do recommend if you use resin of any kind, whether it's amber, myrrh, frankincense, any of that stuff, and you burn it on a little charcoal burner, that you have the window open because that stuff gets really smoky. But it's really nice, and if you're doing an outside ritual, it's really, really nice to have. As far as candles go on my altar, I do use candles, and I have a ton of candles. I think any pagan does. We're like candle hoarders. And I don't always get scented candles. I I'm very heightened by my sense of smell. And if I have a scented candle going and incense, sometimes it's a little overpowering, and it kind of overpowers the moment. Sometimes it's good to have scented candles if you have a bigger area and you're calling quarters. If you do that, you can have a scent. You know, water can be an oceany smell. They have those ones. It's like, you know, beach or driftwood or whatever. And you can kind of do that to kind of, when you go in that space, you're like, you bring it in and you kind of get that scent and you get in that elemental space. You can do that too. I've done that once, but really not had big enough places to do it. I have a property now, but my neighbors can kind of see over, and they already kind of think I'm odd anyways, because I'm a beekeeper and I do other weird things around the house. So I try to keep my oddities down to a minimum. But the one thing that I never really used was black candles, and not for any particular reason other than I just was never drawn to darker things. But since my goddess has changed to the Morgan, that's really changed, and my altar's a lot darker, and I have black candles, and I really, really like them. They're beautiful when they burn, and so I burn black candles now on my altar. I burn white candles too, and red candles, depending on what I'm doing, but primarily black. There's something very calming about it and very absorbing, which obviously black does absorb other colors, so that's very appropriate. But yeah, those are the things I primarily use. I do also make oils, but generally if I'm anointing my candle or my third eye, I use pomegranate oil, which I usually purchase, or I make amber oil myself, and I use that for anything, everything. Like I said, I'm very partial to amber. So I think that's it. Yeah. If you have any questions about any of the incense, down below, if you want to see the labels again or any of the names or anything like that, I'll be happy to answer those questions. If you have any comments, please leave them down below. And until next month, everybody have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week, and blessed be. Bye.